basically, news people and I are in the same business. I mean, I go out and I try to report, essentially, on a company. I try to evaluate its management, I try to evaluate its competition, its product, its service, its prices, its costs, everything. I'm trying to do a repertorial job on that business. I never heard of it before. And that is my job. I assign myself a story. And every morning when I come to work, it may be triggered by some event, but I assign myself a story. Now, the story always happens to be, what is X worth? But that's a story. And in 1973, when we were buying the Washington Post Company, with a total valuation of $80 million, and Woodward was working on Watergate. Let's say that Woodward had assigned himself a story. Just exactly like Bradley come in and said, Woodward, I want you to spend the next week doing a story on what is the Washington Post Company worth. Now, if Woodward had that assignment, and he'd gone out for the week, he'd have come in with a pretty damn good story at the end of the week. He would have come in with a story that would have said the Washington Post Company is worth about $400 million, and it was selling for $80 million. Now, if he'd assigned himself that story, he would have made a ton of money. It's assigning yourself the right story. And I've said this to Woodward. I said, why don't you just assign yourself a story to work on between 6 and 7 in the morning every morning? They always want me to tell them what stocks to buy. And I always say, well, I'll let you assign yourself the story and work on it from 6 to 7 in the morning. 1 hour a day on your own assignment, and the other 8 or 10 hours you can work for Bradley. And essentially, that's a lot easier story than the stories he's trying to get. He's trying to get a story of what case he's thinking at the CIA or something, or what he's mumbling up in his hospital room. And essentially, it is a hell of a lot easier to go out and figure out what the Washington Post Company's worth. They had at that time 4 big TV stations. You go interview some TV brokers. You find out what other sales were. I mean, it is not a tough story. And the interesting to me is that all of the journalists that have covered, Berkshire over 25 years, they come in, they write about Berkshire, and they look at everything, but virtually none of them have bought the stock. And it's usually not against the code of ethics. I mean, as long as they tell, at most publications, certainly all the big magazines and all that, all they have to do is give the information to their editors to what they're doing and not buy right before an article and all that sort of thing, over a long time. But here are all these people, they're doing all this work on Berkshire, and they're trying to figure out what I'm thinking and what we're doing, and they look at the record, but they never do anything about it. They write a story and then they go on to something else. And I just say that, somehow their brain isn't quite connected to their eyeballs sometimes.